All right, well, this is an interesting start to the morning. I've not done this in a while, but we're hopping a fence. That wasn't so bad. Oh, they are all the way over there. So it's an awesome story of how I met those guys over there and why I'm here right now. I'm still here in Southwest Florida. Yesterday I went offshore fishing. That was the last video I posted. If you guys have not seen that, go watch that right now. That's one of the best, most action-packed videos I've ever filmed. This all looks super tempting to fish, but I'm gonna resist and go walk all the way over there and meet up with them. But almost exactly 1 year ago, I was pond fishing. It was a very large pond just like this, but only about 5% of it was accessible from shore. And here come these kids with a little John boat pulling up to a parking lot and rolling over grass like this to launch a boat. And I loved the hustle to get on the pond. Started talking to them, and they actually knew who I was, and they were viewers of the channel. And I had a great evening fishing with them out on the boat. They were kind enough to invite me out. So here I am again, a year later. They've invited me out to go pond fishing with them today. It's really warm in Florida now. All these bass are just pulling up to spawn. But I am gonna try to focus on two lures today, a mouse and a snake lure that I picked up from Gander Mountain. This is one of those crazy 3D printed lures. I am really curious to see if this thing gets hit. I really do think it will, because it's not that big. These Florida fish have to be used to seeing snakes, so today I'm gonna mainly test this lure. If I have to, I'll use this. What's that? I am. What's that? No fishing?
Yeah.
I don't understand what you're saying.
Little fishing or small fishing?
Oh, I'm just going to go meet up with them. You have a good day. Had no idea what that guy was saying. Well, I've reached a little bit of an obstruction here. Looks like they took their shoes off, or one of them did. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna cross it with the shoes on. These shoes are dirty enough anyways. It's not that deep. Oh, my foot's getting soaked. Oh, yep, okay, that's just happening. It's happening, it's happening, it's happened. All right, I'm real close to them, but I really want to cast this open water pocket. There's a lot of activity going on. This thing is badass. Looks like it's gonna swim absolutely perfectly. Oh, this thing is gonna get crushed. All right, here we go, first cast with the snake lure. Sure casts far. So first let me just try a straight retrieve. Okay, so straight retrieve with that eyelet. Oh God. Okay, so the tail flickers just a little bit. That's incredible. This thing's gonna get smoked. The other way you could work it, I assume, is kind of twitching it like a walk the dog style bait. If I get it untangled here. Oh, please? No, okay. I'm sure you guys can relate. Sometimes you just get a really good feeling about a lure. I have a really good feeling about this lure. You like my lure? If I get one bite on it, I'll be stoked.
Josh is just about to get one of those.
They look too interesting.
They do.
It looks really good in the
Yeah, I
water.
was gonna say, how's it looking?
Yeah,
We
it
got
looks.
a few bites. I got like 2 down there, and he got 1 over there, but nothing big, so we're gonna chop.
Gotcha. New pond?
Yeah, this place is new.
Just arrived to the second pond. I think all we're going to be doing today is like hopping to like 4 or 5 different ponds that Ben all knows. But this is the type of fishing I love, and I love fishing with guys like this because, I mean, I'm 23 years old, I'm almost 24, and this reminds me exactly of how I was in high school. All these guys that I'm fishing with today, they're all in high school, and I get asked all the time, like, how do I get better at fishing? How do I learn this and that? The only way to get better at fishing and to do things is just do what these guys are doing and spend as much time on the water as you possibly can. When I was in high school, the second I got my license, I was just ripping around to every pond I can find on Google Earth and fishing it. So these guys are rigging up. I am not going to be the slow one. I'm going to go do the same. Looks like Ben's got a decent one. They're all using speed worms off the bottom. I'll try to get it really close to show you guys the action of it. Oh. It's got a really nice wiggle. Oh, no. Now they've all caught one. Yeah, the worm is definitely the move in this pond. This is gonna be hard to watch. Yeah, these fish are in full-blown spawn mode. That's the second pair of bass I've seen. There's a female and a male right there. The female's like 2 pounds, the male's 1 pound. It's nothing that big, but Florida had a cold front last couple of weeks, and when the whole country was freezing, Florida was also really cold. It was like 40s at night, maybe 50s, low 60s during the day. Now it's low 60s at night and like low to mid 80s during the day and really sunny. So these fish are pushing up big time. Ooh. Oh, I got hit. Yes. He didn't get hooked though. Ah, that was my first bite on the snake. Something hit it twice. Fish had no interest in coming back for seconds. Oh, oh my God. No, I still got him. I still got him. Ha First fish on the snake lure. It's not very big at all, but that just accentuates my point even more, that it does not need to be a big bass to hit a big lure. Hell yes. That is so cool. First fish on the snake lure. Size of the fish, size of the lure. Hell yeah. Well, it looks like I have run out of real estate here. The rest is just shallow marsh. They're all the way over there. Oh, and they're catching another fish. It's incredible. Every time I look over, I swear they're hooked up with a fish. Either way, I'm thinking we're gonna switch ponds pretty soon. They did say we were only stopping here to get numbers, and that was definitely this pond. They've caught a lot of fish over there. All right, we're going to pond number 3 now, and I took off the snake, put on this tiny little jig and craw, because they've told me that this is pretty much strictly a big fish pond. There's not a lot of fish in this pond at all, but there's some legitimate 10 pounders. Ben just caught an 8 pounder here the other day on a bed. So there should be some very large fish on beds right now. It'd be really dumb for me to be stubborn and use that snake lure. I'm gonna stay really high, really far away from the pond. Just use my eyes and try to find beds. Got him. All right, first decent bed fish. Not a huge one, but that's okay, it's a start. I was standing way up in there in the shade for 2 reasons. One, I'm sunburnt as hell and it needs to not get worse, but it also has an added benefit that it disguises me. These bedfish are super finicky. If I were to be standing here, that fish would not have bit. It looked a little bigger from up there, but that's okay. It's the first fish. Okay, I've spotted a huge bass, like a giant one. Oh shit. Yo, there's a big one. There's a really big one. He didn't see me, he's got his back to me, but there's a really big one. It looks at least 8. 8 pounds? Yeah, oh, it's big.
Where is it?
See the little notch in the reeds?
Yeah.
He had his back to me, he was on the bottom facing that way, facing out.
I didn't even see him.
He was low. There was 2 of them. There was one that was like 4 or 5 pounds and a giant one.
You see him? I
Yeah.
found one.
Okay. I don't know which one that is. That's not the big one.
No. 2 pounder.
Yeah.
The other one swam off.
They swam off?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna use, while he's not there, I'm gonna drop the jig on his bed.
Oh, you see him? You see him? Right on the outside of that.
Is it big? The big?
Yeah.
It looks like there's just a couple males and a couple females here.
Yeah, it's just a mix of fish. I mean, they're eating it. Oh, there's one. That's a nice one. You see how fast it's swimming?
Oh, wow.
That's a 4 or 5.
I can't tell how big that one is. It's just a big dark shape.
That's like 5.
He might be coming back to that bed. I'm in it. Whatever is there is not very locked.
No, it's not stuck on the bed. It's just trolling around.
Yeah. Which, if it's not locked, it's going to be next to impossible for me to catch. least I got to see a really big one.
No, that's a 4, and there's another 4.
Okay, there's 2 very large fish right there as we were walking back. Oh.
They're spawning.
Yeah, there's no way in hell they're gonna eat this jig. You guys can probably see from the camera, just 2 big shapes. Yeah, good luck with that. They're not locked on to anything.
No, they're spawning.
Wow, okay. It's always so frustrating when they're not locked on. You can see them.
Look, right there again. They're both right there. They want to be up here.
But we're here. Well, that last pound was very frustrating, but as you can see, I'm back home in Chicago now, and that concludes my little mini trip to Florida. I was there for 3 days, but as you can see, I got very dark very quickly, and that 3rd day, it's the only time in my life I could honestly not be in the sun any longer. I can't stress skincare enough, especially to young kids watching this. I never really thought twice about skincare. I don't burn very easily at all, but this trip above all for me was a #1 lesson in skincare, and I'm gonna be much more careful in the future. Most people with common sense already know that, but a lot of people like myself have to learn through experience. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. As you guys saw in this video, the fish were just kind of starting to get up on beds in Florida, but in Texas, the pre-spawn bite is really popping off. So I've heard a little birdie named John B has called me today. He's caught many large fish today. 1 8 pounds, a 6 pound, a 5 pound. So the bite is popping off. Either tomorrow or the next day, I'm gonna fly down to Texas and then have at least 5 days of smashing with him. So that should be very fun. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for all those awesome videos.